So excited to talk about some amazing things that are happening with one of our favorite places in town, and that is your very own Blank Park Zoo. We have the big man in studio with us this morning. We're talking about Mark Vukovich. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Because you guys continue to expand and do some incredible things over there, and you're doing it now with one of my favorite animals. Are you allowed to have a favorite?
I have two favorite animals.
You have two favorite.
Yeah.
What are your favorite
Barnaby
animals?
the tortoise and Nikolai the camel.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, that's my two
How long
favorites.
tortoises can last forever?
180 years, the Aldabra.
And Barnaby was one of the
Barnaby's
first.
95. He's the only original inhabitant of the zoo. He came in 1966.
That's the problem. I mean, God kind of messed up. I mean, a puppy can only last 12 years and a tortoise is 185.
Yeah,
They should have switched that around. I'm sorry.
Barnaby is fun to be around as a tortoise, so you get to know him.
Well, I'll have to get to know him.
Come over.
One of my personal favorites is the giraffes. I just think they're unique, they're incredible looking, and they're fun to watch. And we have an opportunity to do more with the giraffes here coming up soon. With
Yes, we do.
Zoo.
We intend on breaking ground around April 1st for our new giraffe house. It'll be more than double our size of our giraffe herd. We have 4 giraffes now, and we hope to have, when we're done, up to 10, maybe 2 separate herds.
Wow.
One of the reasons for that is in the wild, giraffe are from 600,000 in 1990 to around 100,000 now.
Wow.
They're suffering the same extinction problems that other animals are.
Really?
And then one of the things with us, giraffe are the most sensitive of the animals we have when it comes to cold. And so our giraffe in a 365-day year may only be out 120, 130 days. All that blood flow through their necks. If it gets down to 45, they can have hypothermia. And
Sore throat would kill them, I think.
Sore throat would kill them. Hypothermia will cause them to pass out, and that's a long way to fall onto your head. So what we're doing is we're building a larger giraffe barn with a day room in it, and it'll be big enough to have 4 giraffe and 3 or 4 antelope inside all winter long.
And you'll be able to go in there and view them inside.
And feed them inside.
That'd be
and
wonderful.
what we're trying to do is, as we expand our educational outreach, every time we build a building, we put enough space on it so we can get a classroom in that exhibit. So we'll have a classroom size area for the classrooms to interact with.
Will it be in the same area as the current
It'll be attached to the
exhibit?
current giraffe exhibit, so it'll be the last stop before you turn around and come back out of the zoo.
And they're just incredible, incredible animals. And
Beautiful animals.
you guys have a great opportunity now, where if you want to go out and feed the giraffes, if the weather
and that will be year-round feeding.
That's year-round now.
Yeah, year-round feeding.
So now that you're breaking ground, I love that shot. Now that you're breaking ground very soon, when's the end date? When is this?
7 months. We hope October. Be ready to open up for indoor viewing. The other thing it's doing for us, as the species of the world become more and more endangered, the Zoo Association has kind of mandated that each zoo tries to take on a species or two that they can breed and then release back into the wild. And we're adding enough hoof stock stalls to this that we will be breeding slender-horned gazelles and addax, 2 species in Africa that have less than 500 species in the wild. And this will give us room to breed those and then reintroduce them into the wild in Ethiopia and the mountains of Sudan. So that's really a cool thing that we'll be able to get back from a conservation point of view.
As I say, besides being an amazing place to visit, we hope you take advantage of that, because it's an incredible thing. Yes, we have a zoo here in Central Iowa, and it's wonderful.
That's what we're very proud of. Southside, that's one of the things we're very much proud of.
We are Southside.
The amazing work that you continue to do with conservation is absolutely fabulous.
Well, that's one of our mission statements, is conservation along with recreation and education. And we've always been pretty good with the recreational part, but in the last 5 years we've really tried to expand both conservation and education. We have a conservation series that goes on every year. This year we're doing more education. We'll do a library program. We'll hit 240 libraries with animals and tickets to get kids interested in conservation at an early age. So yeah, we're trying to do numerous things to make people realize what's happening to the wildlife.
Now, while you continue to grow and build with the giraffe exhibit, are we going to still be able to enjoy the giraffes, or are they going to?
There may be some time in the fall where they won't be able to get out, but we have 2 yards, so we'll be able to shuffle things around and have them out.
Wonderful.
And of course, coming up, we have extravaganza for Easter egg hunt. Last year we had 4,000 people. That's really fun to do at the zoo if the weather's nice.
Right.
And of course, Zoo Brew, our party for announcing the bands, is coming up in April, and you guys are our sponsor for that, and we love that.
One of our favorite events that we look forward to in the summertime. Always a great time over there. And we were talking a little bit during the break that besides what you're working on here, breaking ground very soon, you guys kind of have a 5-year plan in place where we might see some other animals.
Well, our hope is we have a really forested area left over from the Fort Des Moines from 100 years ago, and we hope to do forest Africa with a large primate and some species that live in the forest in Africa.
Give me a silverback gorilla. That's all I want. One silverback.
So amazing. amazing things still
Yes.
ahead when it comes to the Blank Park Zoo.
And Curious George is coming to the zoo this summer in a traveling
Really?
exhibit.
Really?
Yeah, and it's called Trying to Be Curious, and it's a STEM science walkthrough exhibit that we'll have all summer long as a traveling exhibit
that's
where
neat.
kids between 4 and 9 can interact with science, and that'll be a free
I'll bring my
exhibit at
yellow
the
hat.
zoo. Yeah. Yep.
Amazing things are happening at the Blank Park Zoo. If people want more information, just to even get out there, where's the best place to go?
Well, we have a brand new website that's excellent, so they can get on our website or they can just call the zoo and ask for information.
Wonderful. So head out to the Blank Park Zoo. It's one of the great things we have going on here in Central Iowa. So
South side.
excited on the south side. So excited to
There you
see
go.
what's happening when you're breaking new ground for the giraffes. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Mark, so much
Thank
for
you very
joining
much.
us this morning. Go out and check out our local